great day. Thank you for tapping in and gracefully speaking. This is a collective reading. I'm going to jump right into the messages. I don't know if this is going to be a lengthy reading, but if you have taken some type of huge loss within the last 72 hours, you're gonna want to stay and listen to this reading, because there are some powerful changes taking place right now. Yesterday was really, let me turn this down a little bit. Yesterday was really a hard day for me. Like, I really had to fight. Like, this Ten of Swords is like, for real, this was me all morning yesterday and Saturday. Like, I just could not, I was having to fight. It's like I was having faith, but I was having to fight. And this morning, Spirit was giving me the story of when Nehemiah went back to rebuild the walls of Jerusalem. Like, so let me get into the messages, and it's all gonna make sense. But I just want somebody to know, if you have been going through something that just happened, a tower moment, something you did not see coming. Like for me, a transparency moment. I had an issue with my car, and now I have to get a whole new car. And I depend on nobody else but me. It's just me and my son. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. I mean, in the moment, I knew that it was all a test, and I knew something better was coming, but it was just like, why right now? Like, out of all the times, why right now? Okay, 212 with perfect timing. Something is happening. Something had to crumble. Something had to be burned down in order for something else to come in, and something greater is being rebuilt. So let me get into the channel messages first. All right, so these are the numbers that we have. We got 719. I was also reading the scripture, Matthew chapter 18, verse 20. For where 2 or 3 gather together as my followers, I am there among them. Okay, and the walls of Jerusalem, of course, 45, 55. Large capacity, something about your capacity. Your capacity is being like expanded. Transparency, something about you being transparent. If I wasn't transparent about what I'm going through, how could I help you guys? Like, you can't help anybody else if you're not transparent about your situation. You don't know how speaking about what you're going through or what you've been through can help somebody else. Okay. Spirit is saying stay strong. The number 134. God has given you some type of permission. You're about to be rebuilt and better. Everything had to fall down, okay? And so I wrote down a few things that I took from Nehemiah going back to Jerusalem to rebuild the walls. So this is what I wrote down. He couldn't just watch the holy city crumble. Some of you guys are going to have to go back home. Some of you guys are going to have to go back home, or you're going back to something. You're reaching back. For some of you guys, this could be some type of 501c3, but whatever you're doing, it's something to help a community of people, okay? Because you could have stayed, you could easily elevate and stay where you are, but God is sending you back to rebuild, okay? All right, so I put, he prayed and asked God for forgiveness and promised to always obey, okay? A lot of you guys have been praying. I know yesterday, y'all, I was in prayer and meditation all day. I know up until 12 o'clock. I was in prayer so long, y'all, that when I finally got up, I felt like woozy. I had to like lay across the bed for a minute. Okay, like some of you guys are going deep because you are just like, I'm never coming back to this place again. You know what I'm saying? I'll never be without again. Okay? And we also have to note that we have betrayal here. We also have to note why the walls were even burned down, because they were disobedient and the enemy came in. And God allowed it just for this moment, for him to come in and assist them with rebuilding. And God is assisting you with rebuilding something, okay? You're not letting any negative Nancy stop you. No negative Nancys. If you have people around you that are speaking negatively, you need to get from around them. You need to get from around them, for real. Today, like, you can't afford to hear that. You need to keep working, keep building, don't stop, okay? All right, so I wrote down, he knew and trusted that God was with him. I feel like a lot of you already know, like, even though I'm going through this situation with my vehicle, I know that God is with me. Everything is showing me that he's with me. It was just like, because during this time, I'm able to see who is for me and who is not. I'm able to see who I can actually lean on during this time. I'm able to see that, okay? And it could be something that you need to see as well in your situation. All right, so then I put, the enemy was plotting, but God had already warned Nehemiah. So the enemy in your life has been plotting against you, but God has already warned you. He's either warned you through your dreams. He's warned you through watching tarot. He's warned you through prophetic messages. In some type of way, God has already alerted you that you need to be on guard, okay? Nehemiah, he gathered everyone around and let them know that it was now time to fight, okay? And that the Lord is great and powerful and that he will be with them. And so as they continued to build on the wall, they kept a tool in one hand and a weapon in the other hand. So God is saying at this time, as you build, and at the same time, you got to be strapped. You need to be spiritually strapped. When you go out and about, understand that you're just not anybody. Okay? Stop walking around like you just anybody, like God not elevating you. You can't be around everybody, okay? Like, take note of that. The enemy's plan has been spoiled. Why 757? Because God has already put you up on game. Y'all a little too late, okay? So you already steps ahead. You don't even know it. For somebody, this is just confirmation of what you already can feel in your spirit, despite what you see in your situation. All right, so the enemy resorted to plan B. But when they resorted to plan B, Nehemiah already knew, like, nah, it's a trick. It's the enemy. They just trying to get me. Like, it's the same way for you. You are noticing the red flags. Like, nah, I know that's a trick. I know the enemy sent you. Okay? You know it wasn't sent by God. You know it wasn't sent from the king. All right? So in 52 days, the wall was complete. And what I was getting in that moment, God was saying 7 days. I've been saying, I said last week, I was like, what are you trusting God for in 7 days? In the 7 days, it's not even up. I think we got like 2 more days or 1 more day. But within that 7 days, it's like God burned the walls down for a lot of us, okay? Like, he's allowed the enemy to come in and take something. There's something that was taken from somebody, okay? God allowed it. Know that whatever you are going through, God allowed it. But he only allowed it for the next moment, okay? That you don't see. So give it another 7 days. It's something that you wanted, okay? All right, let me keep going. Only the hand of God, this is what the enemy was saying amongst each other. Only the hand of God could have helped them with this. They're looking at the wall being rebuilt after they know they burnt it down, okay? And they're saying, we know only 52 days to rebuild a wall? No, Only the hand of God could have helped them with this. People are going to be looking at your situation and understanding that, only God could have helped her do that. So you telling me last week your car messed up and in 7 days you already got another one? Okay. So you telling me you got put out of your house 7 days ago and in 7 more days you in another house? Wait a minute, what? So just 7 days ago you got a bad medical report, but here it's 7 days later and they talking about they don't see no cancer? What the world? Only the hand of God could have helped them with this. Okay? So then the enemy is wondering, what else are you capable of doing? And it's not just discussing the enemy. Understand that people are able to see now that the hand of God is in your life. Like, we ain't even got into the cards yet, y'all. This all just straight channel. Don't even play. All right. And then build and fight at the same time. That was the last thing I wrote down, 1101. So some of you guys are having to build and fight at the same time. I'm telling y'all, yesterday, baby, ooh, baby, I cried and prayed and cried and laughed and cried and prayed and laughed and cried. Ooh, child, just it was a whirlwind. It was a whirlwind. Okay, people are seeing the hand of God is all over there. The Spirit is saying, perfect timing. This is perfect timing. Look, the situation will improve. I don't care what it is. The situation is improving. Angels, what are the messages do you have for the collective regard? Look, you're ready. All right? Nehemiah knew he was ready. He went to the king. All right? Before he even left, where was he at, y'all? Persia? Before he left Persia, he went to the king and asked the king for permission to go back to Jerusalem. First of all, a request like that would have had him killed. But Nehemiah knew that God was with him. So when he went to the king, not only did the king give him his permission, but he also sent him with some soldiers and what they needed. Okay? So when he got over to the wall of Jerusalem, 12:12, when he got over to the walls of Jerusalem, well, back to Jerusalem, they looking at him through the peephole. Okay? They looking at him through the peephole. Like, you don't have permission. He like, oh, I got permission from the king. He showed his permission slip. Some of you guys, you gonna have to show your permission slip. Like, what? God is with me. You're getting the signs. You're seeing the synchronicities. You're being able to distinct God's voice from anything else. Okay? Don't stop. This ain't the time. This ain't the time to stop. This actually full throttle. 7 days. I'm gonna have a new car. 7 days, your situation gonna turn around. Listen, opportunity. In 7 days, you're gonna have an opportunity to turn your situation around. 111. Okay? 7 days. I don't even play like that. 7 days. Sheesh. Sheesh. I'm just seeing what energy is around. I'm really like, wait. I'm trying to tell you, a lot of you guys could have been enraged here recently. Listen, we got a wounded healer. Secrets revealed, 15, the number 6. So, Sekhmet is the goddess that we have here. I'm going to read that. Element, fire, okay? We're talking about the walls of Jerusalem. And we have the element here, fire. Excuse my son, y'all. And we have the element fire. The walls of Jerusalem were burned, 14:14, down, okay? Sekhmet is the fierce, ancient Egyptian goddess of war, the sun and healing. She carries life force in her palm with the power to create or destroy. Her guidance is, heal thyself. Everyone gets your best except you. You are a healer among your tribe. Stop putting your needs last. Embodiment. When you decide to become a mantra, take a breath. Wounded healers hold sadness, rage, and fears of brokenness. Being a warrior wasn't a choice for our beloved foremothers. They did the best they could. But being a goddess warrior for us is knowing that we have the choice not to fight all the time. Deep dive questions. What are your swords, the weapons you use to fight? And what are your shields, the ways you defend yourself? Dare to lay the burdens down along with your swords and shields. The declaration is, it is safe to put myself first. Okay. You need some water? Hold on. Sorry about that, y'all. So with this, listen. Nehemiah was a healer. He went and healed that city. For a lot of you guys, I was talking about 501c3s. A lot of you guys want to start 501c3s in your hometown. It might not be more so you going back and building. Some of you guys could be going back in real estate in your home, buying real estate in your hometown. But for a lot of you guys, you reaching back and assisting with doing something within your community that's building it up. Whether you're some type of spiritual teacher and you're considering hosting some type of class, but whatever you're doing, you're building a city up. You're building your city up. Okay? You have been chosen to do this. This is your assignment. Listen, you're supposed to be going back, okay? And helping those in despair and poverty. If Nehemiah wouldn't have went back, the enemy would have infiltrated that city, the holy city, okay? They were unprotected. They were unprotected. God is sending you back. Wow. And for a lot of you guys, you probably like, I don't. At first, you could have been like, I don't want to go back. I wouldn't go back. I have no reason to go back. I have no support there. I have no this there. But God has built you up away. You probably moved away to a whole nother city, a whole nother town, like a whole nother state. But it was only so God could work on you. And as he worked on you, that's why I said Nehemiah went and repented and prayed and made a promise to God. And for some of you guys, you've already done this. You in this particular energy now where you're ready, you're getting positioned to go back. Despite how your situation is looking, this is what this outcome is about to be. Did you drink some water? Y'all, listen, the Three of Pentacles. God is placing you on the pedestal to go back and speak on what you've been through, to assist with your resources, with your knowledge. 1808. God is sending you. A lot of people gonna be wondering, why it was you? This morning I was getting a lot of communication outside. I was getting a lot of communication. And as Nehemiah was rebuilding, there were people within the city that didn't believe he could do it. Okay? Not everybody's gonna believe that you can do it. Not everybody's gonna go along with the plan that God has put within you, okay? Yeah, I will not argue. You're not going to be arguing with nobody. You know God sent you. You know you on assignment. God has you on assignment. And you're getting ready to rebuild. So, right now, for those that have been in a sad place where your spirit has been a little low the last few days, understand that was just a shift. That's what needed to happen for things to shift in your direction, okay? But you're getting ready to experience some type of cosmic power, 1919. Some type of cosmic power, all right? Some secrets are getting ready to come out, you know, because the enemy was exposed during this time, because it showed that they didn't have any power, that they didn't have any say, that what they were speaking amongst each other was all lies, because they thought he couldn't do it, all right? They were sending him letters and sending him communication and threats and, you know, plotting against him, trying to get him outside of Jerusalem so they could attack. But God said, no. Understand how protected you are, how loved you are in the heavens, in the spiritual realm. You have people literally rooting for you. Keep going. Don't stop. Can't stop, won't stop, bad boy.